tried to kiss me in the middle of the mall. I feel like I'm known for going away for like, I don't even know how long it's been. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. And then the next video being like,
no guys, I'm not gonna do this again. Like, I'm gonna post like every week.
But class got canceled and I didn't have to work today, so I figured, hey. Also, I would just like to make it known that I tried to be social and have at least one class out of the college and not online, and then it got canceled the rest of the quarter, so life just wants me to stay home in my room. So I know on the last video you guys voted very much on the poll that you wanted to suffocate me with Vicks, which is obvious, but I decided that it's been a while since I did a story time, and I promised you guys for the story time a long time ago, and I feel like talking a bunch today. I will react to Vic's cutest moments next video, but this video is going to be the boy I fell for at state track. Now, I have plenty of receipts and pictures and videos, but I'm not going to put them on here because I'm going to be the bigger person, even though he treated me like trash. But I know that there's other people that were involved in this that have those too, so if you want to go and find them, and if they happen to want to expose him, be my guest. Okay, so this story takes place 2 years ago. I was a junior, and we were going to state for track, and I was an alternate, so I didn't actually have to run, so I had plenty of time on my hands. And our tradition with the team was to stop at Olive Garden the first night up there before we got to our hotel and eat there. So we're at Olive Garden, and I'm sitting with my friend Asia, who's been on the channel, and my friend Ellie, and she was next to me. And this boy walks in the door, and I kind of like looked at him as he walked by, but I didn't say anything. And then my friend Ellie was like, oh, that boy was cute. I was like, oh yeah, I saw him, and we just kind of let it go because we didn't think that we would see him again. Little did we know. So we're eating, we ate, we're finishing, and we're getting up to leave, and these boys happen to be leaving the same time we're leaving, and I was like, and as we're all outside walking to the car, I was like, wow, he's really cute. And Ellie was kind of like, yeah. I was like, dare me to go get his number. And she was like, Maggie, and I was like, no, just dare me right now and I'm gone. And she was like, I dare you, and I was like, so I run over to this cute boy, noted that he was with his team and his coaches, and I was like, so...
Me and my friend think you're cute. We were wondering if we could have your number.
Meanwhile, I'm shaking. And he was just like, oh yeah. And then his coaches are standing in the background like, ah. Get his number. I run back to Ellie. We get in the car and she's like, oh yeah, he has such pretty brown hair and brown eyes. And I was like, he's blonde and he has green eyes. And she was like, you got the wrong one's number. And I was like, I mean, I got the right one's number. I don't know about for you, but all this stuff is a little pointless because the end result of this whole story, but I'm just kind of cluing you guys in so you know exactly what happened. So we go back to the hotel and we talked to him all night. I got his friend's number for Ellie and everything was Gucci. And we talked about meeting up when we had to go to the track meet and like hanging out or whatever between running. And he was like, oh yeah, let's do that. And so the whole track meet, when I wasn't supposed to be with the team, I was with him. I walked around with him, I sat with him and his friends, I just was with him majority of the time. He even took my phone and took a picture and sent it to my mom, and then she was in on the whole thing, which I didn't really want because she started asking me 100 questions. And everything was good, like we hung out pretty much every day at the track meet, and I was falling because I fall hard and fast and I can't help it. Then the last day of track meet came, and he lived about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where I lived, and we were going back, and like I remember annoying everyone in our team car because I was like, I miss him, oh my gosh, I miss him so much. And for the purpose of the story, let's call him Nigel. Great name, Nigel. His name is Nigel. I'm pretty much texting him the whole ride. I get home, I'm telling my family about him and annoying them as much as I did as I annoyed everybody in the car. And things were Gucci. Except that night, he told me, he was like,
I think that we should ease back a little and like just be friends because we're so far from each other.
I was like, I wasn't pushing anything, like I thought we were just friends, but okay, dude. And then as the weeks progressed, he started calling me babe. He was flirting with me. We talked so much throughout the day that it was hard to believe that like he just wanted to be friends, but that's his thing, that's his deal. And then I told him that my family was going to his town to go shopping, and because our town doesn't have a very good mall or a mall at all, so we were going there, and he's like, oh, I can meet up with you guys. And I was like, oh, okay. So like every day, this was all I was thinking about. I was like, oh, I get to see him again, my whole family is gonna see him, it's gonna be a big thing. I really hope I'm not bad at telling the stories, because like I can just see this going downhill. So my whole family is like at the stores across from the mall shopping, and I was sitting in the car waiting for him. And I tend to tell my little brother a lot about boys because we're close, I guess. So he knew pretty much a bunch about him, and he was waiting with me to find him. And we're in the mall, and he ended up coming, and my brother was like, he's over there, and I'm like trying to play it cool, and I'm sitting and like looking at like the mall map, and I'm like, I wonder where all these stores are. And meanwhile my brother's like tugging on my shirt like, he's right there, he's right there. And I was like, stop it. He gave me like the most awkward hug with my brother there, and like we just ended up walking around the mall, like going to shoe stores and stuff. And then my parents met up with us, and we all got together, and that was even more awkward. And then we went to the food court, we hung out, whatever. Things were Gucci. And then we wanted to go to another mall that was elsewhere, and they were like, hey, why don't you ride with Nigel? And I was like, keep in mind my parents are very strict. So this was kind of confusing to me that I thought it was a trick like thing, like am I supposed to say no? But I ended up riding with him.
You held my hand in the car or whatever.
And we went to Costco first, and so this kid's like walking around with me and my family shopping, which I thought was pretty cool. Like most boys wouldn't do that. Now the next spot is where things start to go downhill. We drove to the other mall. We got out, and my mom separated us from the family. So she was like, hey, you guys want to go that way and shop? We're gonna go over here. And I was like, what is going on? My parents have lost all sense of who they are all of a sudden. And we were like, okay. So we went off, we were walking around just everywhere. Like we weren't even going in any stores, we were just walking and talking. And then he stopped, and he like tried to plant one on me in like the middle of the mall in front of a bunch of people, and I kind of swerved a little, which I feel bad about because like it was in public, but also yeah, it was in public. Like I don't want to just like, I don't know, maybe I'm weird. But, like he got all awkward after that, but after that it was a little awkward, and we were just walking around and stuff. And then we met back up with my family, and he was kind of just being a little standoffish, and he was just talking to my dad. Then it was over, and we were walking to the car, and my mom is very accepting of people I bring into my life. So when he's leaving, she gave him gas money because he drove a little bit from his house, and then she hugged the boy as if he were her own son. Then I gave him a hug, and we went our separate ways. And of course I was pouting in the car, and he wasn't texting me like the rest of that night. And then we talked maybe the next day, like a tiny bit, because I texted him first. And then nothing. He ghosted me. So I don't know if the whole family thing made him feel awkward. I don't know if me rejecting him in the middle of the mall made him feel awkward, but he knew that I liked him a lot, so I don't think that should have been it, but he never spoke to me again. He did watch my Snapchat stories for a long time after that, which really irritated me. And I don't know, this whole thing, it left me it left me pretty heartbroken for a while, because like, honestly, I would have rather him text me and been like,
I have no feelings for you whatsoever. I don't really want to talk to you anymore.
and I would have been like, cool, thanks for letting me know. But instead, it's just like gone. No explanation, nothing. So I guess that my whole problem with it is closure. I got no closure. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he stopped. I don't know a thing. So, and I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else to say on the topic besides that's not a man. That's not what a man would do. A man would take care of his business and then leave, not just ghost you, but go you, dude. And I don't even know if he ever watched my YouTube videos, but if he does, I really don't like you. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below. We wear yellow on Wednesdays because we do. Also, thank you guys so much for whoever has been watching the wavelength videos. They mean a lot to me, and I'm really hoping it gets a little more recognition because this project is really fun for me and Alexandra. So we're having a good time. So if you guys enjoy it, then I'm glad you're enjoying it too. That's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys